everyone, and welcome to Claire at Cookie Crumb Fun. Today is Monday, and on Monday on my channel, I have videos about Trim and Healthy Mama. So today we're going to talk about budget-friendly meals for our families. So stay tuned. Welcome everybody to Claire Cookie Crumb Fun, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back, and if you're new, I would love if you would subscribe so that you can be alerted as to when new videos come out, and I would love for you to join our Trim Healthy Mama family here and my channel. But I also have videos on other things too. It's not all about Trim Healthy Mama, but it is mostly Trim Healthy Mama. So I share our family things, you know, a little bit about our homeschool, a few grocery hauls, a lot of our field trips, so different things, okay? So I'm going to get right into our budget-friendly meals. I know that everybody has different budgets. What I spend on groceries is going to be different from what you spend on groceries. We all have different bills. We all get paid different amounts, you know. We all have different jobs. Some work, some don't. You know, like, I mean, stay-at-home moms is mean, but I don't work, what I mean by not working outside the home. We have different incomes, so it all depends. Everyone's budget is different. So what's low cost for one person might be not low cost for another. You know, something that I think is low cost might not be low cost for you, type of thing, all right? So we just have to tweak whatever these budget-friendly things are and make them work for our family and for our budget. So I'm going to talk about breakfast, because breakfast is the easiest one to keep low cost, because what's one of the cheapest things that you can eat for breakfast? You probably already answered it, didn't you? Oatmeal, all right? Now, I do have a list, so if you see me look away, I'll be looking at this paper. But oatmeal is one of the most cheapest meals that you can eat. And if you don't eat it for breakfast every day, you can then have it for lunch or dinner or a little snack, all right? And there are the overnight oats that are really budget-friendly. I just made some. And you don't have to put the chia seeds in it, but it does help, of course. But you don't have to. And chia seeds, you only use a little bit. And there's so many, you know, they're little tiny things. They're, you know, like they're poppy seeds. You don't need a whole lot. So it is one of those items that you spend a little bit more on, but it lasts forever type of thing. But oatmeal is really low cost. You can cut up an apple and put it in it. You can put your berries in it, your strawberries. You can put peaches in it. It's at the time where you need to throw in some e-meals into your day, and maybe you're not eating enough E's and they don't interest you. So oatmeal is a great way to get some E's in, because then you get your fruit in too. You know, you throw some mangoes in it, some bananas, pineapple, all the different fruits that you're allowed to have on E. Go ahead and put them in your oatmeal, and it's just going to be a yummy little treat. But the other E is the Trim Healthy Mama pancakes, the ones that are made with the cottage cheese, the oatmeal, and the egg whites. You use, I think, in the original book, it's about a cup of each, but I think in the new book, it's like 2 cups of each, right? For like when you make a whole bunch. So it might seem like a whole bunch of money that you're spending on the recipe, but if you make the big family recipe, then you could freeze them to have for future breakfasts. So in the long run, you are saving money because you have them already in your freezer and they're already made. So you just take 3 out, because you're only allowed to have 3, and it's just perfect. And you put your Slim Belly jelly on it, or your homemade maple syrup, that all those recipes are in the cookbook, and there you go, you have a great breakfast. So, and eggs. Now eggs, the cost of eggs fluctuates, doesn't it? I know a lot of people have been getting eggs at Aldi for real cheap, but we don't have Aldi in our area of California. I believe it's just down south by San Diego. But I'm paying almost $9 for 5 dozen eggs. That's been the price, how much it's been always. Now, occasion I've gotten them for just over $5 at Costco, but that's about it. That was just that one time. Oh, so eggs. You have a couple eggs, scramble them, fry them, cook them over some spinach. You know, eggs, shakes. Besides oatmeal, I think shakes really would be the best low-cost, budget-friendly breakfast. And you think, oh, well, I can't make shakes because I don't have any protein powder. You don't have to have protein powder. Did you know that you can use cottage cheese in place of the protein powder for your shakes? It blends up, it's protein, and it gives a great creamy taste. And you can't taste the actual cottage cheese in it because it's all blended together. All right, there's like the Snickers shake. That's got cottage cheese in it. There's the Trim Healthy Mama banana oatmeal shake. That's got cottage cheese in it. And you can't tell. You can't. All right? So there's all sorts of shakes too for different fuel types. There's E's, there's fuel pulls, and there's S's. And you can change the fuel pulls into S's by adding extra fats or whatever. But those are great. Now, if you were to make a giant casserole, breakfast casserole or a quiche type thing, you could have that for breakfast throughout the week also. That would be budget friendly. And it would last you all week. Or you can break it up and freeze it if you only want it for a couple days. Like say you're going to get tired of eggs. Like right now I'm on egg burnout. I haven't had eggs for breakfast since my fuel cycle. So I'm on egg burnout. So I haven't been having eggs. I've been having more oatmeal and muffins in a mug. And I found this great one for a, what's it called? A coffee cake. That's really good. So that's what I've been eating instead of eggs. But shakes are great, budget friendly, and like I said, you don't have to have the protein powder. You can just use cottage cheese. I think about 1/4 cup. Isn't that what it is? If I'm wrong, put it in the comments, the exact amount that you should use, 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup. It all depends on if you get low fat and how many carbs are in it too, because you don't want to put a high carb one with an S and then a high fat one with an E type thing. You know what I mean? All right, so let's move on to lunches. What do you eat for lunch that's low cost? Well, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, you can buy just a couple of sweet potatoes at the grocery store, and they could last for like maybe 2 or 3 lunches, depending on how many you buy. You know, you get a whole sweet potato and you put it in the microwave or you bake it, however you feel like you want to cook it, and then you throw on some cottage cheese, and bada bing, you have a delicious lunch with some cinnamon. If you like it sweet, you could put a little Truvia or stevia in with the cottage cheese and mix it up with the cinnamon before you put it on there. You know, like make a mock Trim Healthy Mama cinnamon sugar for it. That's really good. And that's a low cost. That is a low cost lunch, and it hits the spot. And if you think you want more food, you can always just make a fuel pull shake to go with it, you know. But Greek yogurt with some peanut flour or peanut butter and an apple, that's a delicious lunch. Now you think, oh, well, that's not going to fill me up, but it really does. It's like oatmeal with an apple. With the extra apple in it, gives it more bulk, so it's more filling. Same thing with the yogurt. Now that's also a great breakfast. But what about a big salad? Now, we might not be able to afford lettuce, because a couple weeks ago I was at the store and a head of romaine was $4. I'm like, are you kidding me? I bought these 2 little bags and I hardly had any salad that week because I couldn't afford it. I was amazed about how much it cost. But that was just that 1 week for some reason. Something happened to the romaine crop. I don't know. But you can make a big salad, and if you can't afford, put chicken in it or the ground beef, make a taco salad. You can just use lunch meat. You can use hard-boiled eggs and throw in some cottage cheese. There are all sorts of things that you can use for protein, right? If you have the low-carb wraps, you can have a wrap sandwich, lunch meat wrap sandwich. You could put taco salad inside the wrap and eat it that way, all right? Any sort of wraps that you use, the Joseph's lavish, right? Lavish, I believe it's lavish. And then there's the low-carb mission tortillas. That's what I usually buy. And then there's leftovers. If your family didn't eat all of the dinner from the night before, you can have leftovers. That is budget friendly because you already made it. All you gotta do is warm it up. But you can also have a shake for lunch. If you make a shake for breakfast and you really liked it, then keep that recipe in mind for your lunches. With the summer coming, we might be too hot or worn out to make a big lunch. So a shake is something quick and easy that you can put together. All right. So these are just a few ideas. These are not, written in stone, low cost ones, but they are low cost. They are budget friendly things. And now let's go on to dinners. Now you can make a soup. If you buy the chana dal, I found it at Walmart. One Walmart had it and one Walmart didn't have it back in New York. And here I haven't seen it at any store yet. But I don't really go to regular grocery stores. Winco doesn't have it, and I haven't seen it at Walmart that I go to. But we do have an Indian store in the next city over, and I never go to it. And it's just a little hole-in-the-wall store, and I need to go there because I bet you they have it there. Because it was always in the Indian section at that other Walmart. But if you make a soup, that's low cost. If you make a chana dal soup, you don't have to add chicken to it, and just that alone is a great soup. But then if you add some shredded chicken to it, you're bulking it up and maybe something that your family would enjoy more of. You can always have breakfast for dinner. All those breakfast suggestions that I made for breakfast, you can have that for dinner. You can make pancakes for your family. I do that all the time, where I'll make pancakes or waffles for the kids, and then I'll make Trim Healthy Mama for my husband and myself. All right, now taco salad. I think honestly, taco salad really is a budget-friendly meal that people look past, because all you really need is salad, some cheese, some sour cream, and some ground beef, maybe some salsa and guacamole. But if you don't have to have the chips in a taco salad, yes, the chips are great and it adds yumminess to it, but you can go by without it and just have all that big salad on your plate and have the meat and all the other stuff. So while the family's having tacos, you can have the salad without the chips. And there's also beans and rice. There are all sorts of ways to make your beans and rice. You can go on Pinterest. Over here I have my computer out and I'm on Pinterest. And on every budget-friendly post about Trim Healthy Mama budget-friendly recipe roundups, there's a beans and rice wrap, there's a beans and rice casserole or something. So that is going to be one of your great things, because I was given some beans and a 2-pound bag of beans, and I cooked them up, and I made a soup, and then I made a soup for me for lunch. I made a soup for dinner, and then I was able to have leftovers. I mean, for a free bag of beans, and then I have 3 bags still in the freezer. So if you cook up the beans yourself, you're going to even save more money. And then you cook up some brown rice with it, and then you add whatever seasonings, however, according to the recipe. It's going to be spectacular. And then if you can make some bread in a mug, well, no, that's an S, the Swiss bread or something, right? So then there's the slow cooker chicken. If you take whatever chicken you have and you throw it in your slow cooker, especially chicken breast, you can put salsa and you could put cream cheese with it, and then you could shred it all up and you can put it in tacos, you can put it on a salad, you can just put it on a side with some veggies, put it over noodles or the zoodles, all sorts of different ways. And if you don't put the sour or the cream cheese in it, you can keep it an E or a fuel pole and put it over brown rice, or you can put it with your beans if you skip the sour cream, and that's sour cream, the cream cheese, and then you'd have a great E meal there. So that is, and when you shred your chicken, doesn't it last longer? You can get more meals out of it too. So let's see, a bread in a mug with some meat sauce and a salad. Now you gotta make sure you get some protein, you gotta get that meat in there, with the meat sauce or sausages or something, but those are great. And some other great budget meals that I know for sure that are in the cookbook is the egg roll in a bowl. I didn't realize, I've made it a few times, but I never really realized how low cost of a meal that really is. It is. I love it. And I love that my kids eat just what they eat, and then I get all the leftovers. But that is a low cost meal. And the Kai Si Ming, that's another low cost meal that is in the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook that you can make for dinner. And then you'll have leftovers because it makes a whole bunch. It makes these great big amounts. All right. Now, what you should look for at the grocery store is always take a look at the markdown meats. If you're against buying markdown meats, then, just ignore me right now. But I buy markdown meats all the time. And as soon as I get home, they get right in the freezer. Because for dinner tonight, I have a chicken in the oven and it was $1 off. So if it was a $5 chicken, I got it for $4. So that's going to be a budget-friendly meal because I'm going to tear off all the chicken. I'm not going to serve the legs, all that pieces like that. Excuse me for a second. What I'm going to do is break up all the meat and break it apart. And I have mashed potatoes for the kids. I'm going to make the mashed cauliflower for my husband and I. And then I have some veggies to go on the side. So that's going to be a low cost. And then last Saturday, we had the Bang & Ranch drums. Now, drumsticks and thighs are pretty cheap, especially when they're on sale. You can stock up. But I got ours for $2 off because they were, at the sell by date, sell or freeze today. So they were 59 cents a pound after all the discounts were taken off, and I got like 10 pounds. So I basically only spent like $5 on the food. Well, maybe just over $5, whatever. I'm not going to do the math right now. But they were $2 off each package, and I got like roughly 5 pounds each. And they were 99 cents a pound. And then it was $2 off each package. And I froze them, and then we made the Bang and Ranch drums. So that is a way to keep your meals low cost, is to buy marked down meats. And then this next week, we're going to be having chicken paprikash because I bought chicken thighs that were also marked down. I think these ones were only $1 off. But still, it was $1 off the full price. So I stuck them right in the freezer, and we're going to have chicken paprikash for dinner. I've been talking about it for a week. I cannot wait to have chicken paprikash for dinner. But those are ways to get some budget-friendly meals, some budget-friendly meats. If you go to the markdown areas, look for those manager special stickers. I mean, even at Sprouts, we've gotten low-cost meats because they've been needing to sell. I've gotten hamburgers and frozen them, specialty hamburgers for like $1 a piece or something, where, like the spinach and feta or the bacon and cheddar's already mixed in with it. So, all right. So what I wanted to do was, I'm looking at Pinterest right here. Okay. I wanted to give you a few ideas. What you need to do is go on Pinterest and just type in THM budget meals, Trim Healthy Mama budget friendly meals, and you're going to get a whole bunch of different ideas. I have right now, just right on front here, it says Trim Healthy Mama on a tight budget. This other one, Trim Healthy Mama on a tight budget. Darcy's Dishes has 20 meatless Trim Healthy Mama meals, for those low-cost days, beans and rice, right? The Chana Dal, lentil soups, right? And then this other one, it says Trim Healthy Mama on a budget, easy meals, no special ingredients. Don't we love it when we can find a meal with no special ingredients, because it keeps the cost down? And then this other one is from Brianna Thomas, and it is the Trim Healthy Mama friendly, budget friendly recipe roundup. And then we also have How to Be a Trim Healthy Mama on a Tight Budget. Working at Homeschool has some great ones too. And then Mrs. Criddle's Kitchen, we all know her, right, on our Trim Healthy Mama bloggers. And she has this one that says Ways to Create Cheap Trim Healthy Mama Meals. She's teaching you how to create a cheap Trim Healthy Mama meal. And here's the one, Working at Homeschool. I'll do my best to have links to some of these blogs and some of these posts in the description box below. But here's one, Trim Healthy Mama, new fall menu, Trim Healthy Mama dinners. She has, at Working at Homeschool, she has some menu plans, a few of them that are like $7 dinners. I believe she has 6 children and she homeschools. But she also came out with an ebook that is 365 meal plans or recipes, for like your entire year. So that would be spectacular. And she has a whole lot. She has some gluten-free ideas also, if you need gluten-free. No coupons required. All right. So there's a whole bunch. There really is a lot of them here on Pinterest. And it gives you tips and tricks on how to keep things low cost on a budget. Now here's one that is all about lunches. All right. So, and there's meal plans that people have taken pictures of and have blog posts about. So they're all over here. They're all, so many of them, my top tips for Trim Healthy Mama on a budget, there's just all sorts of great things. So if you go on Pinterest, you really are going to find a whole lot on Pinterest. There are some in the book that don't require special ingredients that you'll be able to use for budget friendly. But I hope you can go by some of the suggestions that I gave and really check your markdowns, your meat markdowns. You're going to get spectacular deals for the meat markdowns. So I hope this budget-friendly meal ideas was helpful to you. I didn't get into snacks, did I? What are some snacks? Before I leave, I should talk about some snacks. Some low-cost snacks would be if you buy that big container of Greek yogurt and you add your flavors to it, and the shake is a great low-cost. Cheese sticks, lunch meat, a little side salad, like a lunch meat wrapped with some cheese, so that you have something, a little bit more bulky than just some lunch meat. You can put like leftovers for a snack, right? There is the cottage cheese and the strawberry, the cottage berry whip. That is a low-cost snack, and it's like eating ice cream. Or you can make your Trim Healthy Mama ice cream. There you go. So those are just a few ideas. So I hope these were helpful to you. If you have some Trim Healthy Mama budget-friendly meal suggestions, I would love for you to comment below with them so that we can all learn from each other and get some great ideas that will help us do better on our plan and our journey for Trim Healthy Mama or whatever diet plan that you're following. So as I said, I hope this was helpful, and I would love to see you come back next week. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm talking about next week, so we'll just see. And yeah, so thank you so much for coming, and until next time, be a blessing.